All right, my Alfred State awesome students. I've got, I think, the last two videos this afternoon. Not that you know it's afternoon, but 3.5 with absolute value inequalities. And the first one's going to be just less than. So I look at this and how do I do the absolute value of x as less than or equal to 2? Well, sometimes it helps to use a number line. So I know it's got to be less than 2, so I start looking at the numbers and I say, does the number 4 work? Is the absolute value of 4 less than 2? And the answer is no. Does 3 work? The answer is no. Does 2 work? Yes. And does 1 work? Yes. And does 0 work? Yes. Ooh, how about -1? Yep, -1 works, so anything in between there works. How about -2? Yep, -1.5. Yep. How about -3? Nope, the absolute value of -3 is not less than 2, so I'm going to quit like that. So this is what I have on my graph. I have, I'm going to include -2 with those square brackets, and I'm going to include +2 with those square brackets, and notice I have everything in between. So if I do this with interval style, I have the -2 to 2. Notice this is an AND statement. This is an AND statement. Really, this comes from x is less than or equal to 2 and x is greater than or equal to -2. So notice when we have absolute value inequalities, we have to switch the inequality and change the sign. And for less than, it's always and. It's always going to have something in between numbers. Okay? So let's do some real examples. The absolute value of x plus 8 is less than 9. So I'm going to say x plus 8 is less than 9. Because it's less than, I say and x plus 8 is greater than -9. So remember, less than is always an and statement. So I subtract my 8 over here, and I get x is less than 1, and, I know I'm saying that crazy, subtract 8 over here, I get x is greater than -17. So if I look at my number line, when I do a number line, and really, for me, the most important part are the -17 and 1. So it has to be greater than -17 and less than 1. So these are going to be open circles on these because it's just greater than, and it's going to be everything in between. If I write it in interval form, it's going to be parentheses, -17, comma, 1, and then parentheses again. And statements always look like this, and these are less than. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to give myself room here. So this is 2x minus 5 is less than or equal to 13, and 2x minus 5 is greater than or equal to -13. Holy cow. Gotta move this next one down because it's in the way. The beauty of an iPad. Okay, so now I add 5 to both sides here. Notice I didn't change anything on the inside of that absolute value. I never change anything on the inside of the absolute value. I always just change what it's less than or greater than or equal to, just the outside. So 2x is less than or equal to 18. So divide by 2, x is less than or equal to 9. And I add 5 over here. 2x is greater than or equal to, what is that, -8? Yeah. Divide by 2, so x is greater than or equal to -4, sorry. So now if I do this on my number line, I'm going to have -4 is on my left and 9 is on my right. So it's equal to, so it's going to be closed circles or square brackets, depending on what you do, and it's going to be between -4 and 9. So in interval form, it's -4, comma 9. Okay, remember the test on Thursday is going to be multiple choice. It's all multiple choice. All right, so now sometimes the last bit here, the last example I have is if the absolute value is not already by itself. Just like before, when we had absolute values with equal signs, we have to isolate the absolute value if necessary, which it happens to be necessary. 4 is less than 3. So now I say either 5x plus 4 is less than 3 and 5x plus 4 is greater than -3. So subtract my 4 here. I get 5x is less than -1 and divide by 5. X is less than -1/5 and here I subtract 4. I have 5x is greater than -7. Divide by 5. X is greater than -7/5. That's a horrible 5. -7/5. So my number line, and again, I don't need any, all I really care about are these numbers here. It's going to be greater than -7/5 and less than -1/5. And because it's not equal to, those are open circles, or you could use the round brackets, doesn't matter, and everything in between. So it's going to be parentheses, -7/5, comma, -1/5. Okay?